Hello everybody and welcome to today's video. Today I want to talk about a mindset struggle that I have. Now in general I am living a happy life. I am content with where I am. I am aware of the things I own. I am aware of the things I need. Yeah, I feel happy. I feel grateful for the things I have. But still there's something that comes up again and again. And I think a lot of us experience that every now and then in different areas of our lives, and that is comparing ourselves to others. Now, comparison is a normal thing in life, almost necessary. We need to compare ourselves to just know where we stand, to put things in relation with each other. I only know if I'm a young mom when I know that most people are older when they have kids. And so I think comparison itself is not a bad thing. Also, when it comes to ourselves, we can only really be proud of ourselves if we know that we've done a good thing, like that we have improved by comparing our current self to our self from 5 years ago. Or also comparing ourselves to others, seeing that we are faster than other people, we know more than other people, but that is really when it becomes tricky. Now, there are two ways of comparing yourself. You can compare yourself downwards or upwards, and I think already calling it that way makes it difficult, because when we compare ourselves downwards, we compare ourselves to people we think aren't doing as well as we are, so we feel great because we are doing better. And the opposite, when we are comparing ourselves upwards, we can feel jealous because we're not where these people are that we consider more successful. But it can also be inspiring seeing your role models being at a point in life where you want to be at a certain point too. Now, in my life, I have stopped comparing myself in many areas, or at least I'd like to think so. Or maybe I just stopped comparing myself in a quantity way. I'm not comparing myself as I'm better as a certain person. I'm worse. I'm less attractive. I'm better at speaking German. I stopped doing these things because they did not make sense to me. I am happy with my body. I am happy with my ability to move and speak and interact with the world. I'm happy with what I own. I'm happy with what I'm able to purchase, with my decisions, with my mindset in general, with my health. But the areas I'm not genuinely happy in is the areas that make it hard to not compare yourself in a negative way. And the area where I think comparison affects me the most is the internet. And I think a lot of people have that same issue or experience that. But for me, it's especially hard because it is my career. Now, I do not get FOMO, fear of missing out, or I do not really feel jealous when I see beautiful Instagram pictures. But I definitely compare my stats and my numbers to other YouTube creators. And I am grateful for where I am at, and usually I'm able to really reflect on my journey and to see that I've come a far way. But also there's always a person that is more successful, faster, that seems to do everything in such an easy way, reaches success in such a short amount of time, or does things just a little bit better than me. And that can lead to being jealous, or to feeling like I'm not enough, or to compare myself, compare my stats, compare the followers. And it actually really feels bad telling you that, because it's not a trait of my personality, or it's not something that I'm proud of. Absolutely not. So it's only when I'm already not feeling great, or where I already have doubts and maybe anxiety for what the future brings, that I'm also starting to compare myself, which does not make it better in any way. But the thing is that I don't really know what I'm comparing myself to. When we have all this data, when we have the numbers of followers, the numbers of views, the graphs that show how fast a person grows on YouTube, on Instagram and things like that, it seems like we are just comparing numbers to numbers. We are comparing the same things. But that is not really true, because the numbers do not really represent everything that a person, a channel, a career, a business is. And so maybe I feel like somebody is reaching success so fast, but I have no idea about the years they have put into research, other channels or other things they have done to be at a point where success comes so fast. I cannot see if they struggle mentally, if they are burnt out, if they have anxiety doing what they're doing, if they're happy with their life. I cannot see if fast growth comes with a lot of haters they have to deal with that really, make mental health a lot harder. And so I can just compare my numbers to their numbers. I can compare my numbers to a person that I wish to be. I can compare my numbers to somebody that is not growing as fast as me, and I can feel great. I can feel because I'm better than other people. I can feel inspired because I want to reach a certain milestone that I see other people reaching, and I can also feel really, really bad for feeling better than other people because I have more subscribers or anything, and also for feeling like everybody is surpassing me and I'm not growing fast enough. But something I also don't know is how other people think of me. Maybe there are people looking down on me and thinking like, oh, she's so slow, she does it all the wrong way, she's never gonna grow a big YouTube channel career, whatever. Or there are people looking up to me and thinking like, wow, she grew so fast, I wish I was as inspiring as she is. And they have no idea how I feel, that sometimes I struggle coming up with new video ideas, that sometimes I am not sure if this is going to turn into a successful career, but also maybe somebody with 1 million subscribers looks down on me and thinks like she's so not successful, not knowing that this was able to sustain my life for almost a year now, despite maybe the small numbers of followers. And so we think we can compare ourselves to other people, while we're not comparing ourselves to people, but to a few facts that we think we know about the life of other people. And so I admitted that from time to time, I do struggle with comparing myself to other people, especially when it comes to my business. But this business is a huge part of my life because that's where the money is coming from I use to pay my rent. And I feel bad telling you all of this because on the other hand, I'm very grateful for what I have. But this being my reality, I now have to figure out what to do with that. I think comparing yourself can be a normal thing, but I also think we should try to limit the negative amount of comparing that we do. Of course, I'm still gonna compare myself, but I want to do it in a positive way. I want to be really happy for other people that reach huge milestones. I want to be really happy for everybody that makes it, for everybody that achieves something, whether they are smaller or bigger than me. I want to help other small channels reach their goals as well. And I want to talk to other creators, a person to another person, without feeling like we need to measure who's superior to another person, because that's absolutely not the case. No matter how many followers you have, how famous you are, how happy you are, how much money you have, that really doesn't determine if you're winning in life. And so in order to take this comparison thing and make it into something more positive, here are a few things that I've been doing during the past few years to kind of get rid of the negative side of comparison when it comes to all of the other areas of my life, and that I will also try to implement more and more when it comes to my business. I think it always helps to stay ourselves and also reflect on ourselves. Try to not lose sight of ourselves by just looking at all the other people. Because we live our lives, we cannot live the life of anybody else. And also, again, by looking at lives of other people, we think we know how their life is. But maybe it's completely different because we see their curated social media content a few minutes to maybe 1 or 2 hours a week, while they live 24 hours a day. And so by feeling that we know how their lives are and maybe even being jealous of them, maybe we are jealous of something that we don't even want to have. So staying ourselves and really defining our values for ourselves, I think, is very important. For myself, that, for example, means that I prioritize feeling good in my body before dressing in a certain way that is very popular right now, or doing workout after workout just to reach a six-pack or a certain toned part of my body. I prioritize spending my time each day in a way that I also enjoy over reaching milestones and exhausting myself in the process, sacrificing all the free time and all the time for myself that I would have had. It also helps to just being aware of what I have. From all the things that I want in life, I have 90% of them. I do have an apartment, I do have a job that I love, I do have a family that I love, I have a few friends. The only two things that are really not perfect are that I want to travel a bit more and that I want to feel a bit more safe with my career. But I have almost everything I ever wanted, and that is something to be really grateful for. And so focusing on that and actually being aware of that and realizing and seeing it again and again, I think can really help. Because sometimes we don't realize how much we have because we are always just focused on the things that we're not having yet, that we think we can't achieve, that are lacking, but we already have most of the things we want and need. I think it also helps to compare ourselves to our past selves. Not in every situation, and it certainly shouldn't lead to pushing yourself too hard, leading to burnout and things like that. But it helps just looking back on your life and seeing how far you've come, instead of always just focusing on where we want to be and seeing that huge gap between where we currently are and where all these other people seem to be. Another thing, but that's a bit hard for me, but I think it really helps in general, is detaching a bit from the online world. A lot of comparison, a lot of FOMO, a lot of feeling jealous of other people is when we compare our lives to the curated feeds and things that other people put on Instagram, on YouTube, on Facebook and things like that. And when we are so caught up in this online world, reading success stories, seeing dream vacations, seeing huge house projects, people getting married and growing families and things like that, we sometimes also detach a bit from ourselves. And by spending so much time online, we also do not spend that time caring for ourselves, doing things that we enjoy doing, nurturing our bodies and souls and minds. And so I think usually it really helps to detach from the online world a bit, to reconnect with yourselves. Spend some intentional time with yourselves. Do things that you like doing. Set goals for yourself and not try to achieve things that you see other people doing, because maybe these are not your goals. And so I think detaching from the online world also really helps to refocus, to gain clarity on what is important to you. Of course, you don't have to quit social media forever. It also is interesting and it can be very inspiring, but not when it's just harmful because it's making us jealous. Now I work in social media. I work with my Instagram account and my YouTube account, so that's not really possible for me. But I can still focus on just my work and stop watching so many other videos, stop comparing myself to other creators in the niche, just stop watching their videos or comparing their views or things like that. And that's really something that helps. Not watching other people grow, but really focusing on my work, defining what I want to do online and creating that out of myself and not out of the ideas that I have just from watching other people online. And I also want to say that I do believe that what you focus on grows. So if you focus on other people, if you focus on your envy, if you focus on being jealous and not feeling like you're enough, that feeling will grow. But if you focus on the things you already have, if you focus on the next steps you can take to reach your goals or to make your life more of the life you dream of, then I think that grows. What I also think is very important to remember is that our worth as a human being is not determined by any amount of success, money, likability, number of friends that we have. Our self-worth should also stay the same, even though that is a really difficult thing because we like to tie this to a certain amount of success, to a status, to some measurable thing. I think we have to set realistic goals for ourselves, see in our everyday life what we can do to be the person that we want to become and take steps towards with other people, like cheering up other people, being happy for other people that reach milestones, but also caring for ourselves, making sure that our mental health is not suffering by comparing ourselves with other people, by feeling that we need to be more, that we need to be further along, or anything like that. Thank you so much for watching this video, and if you liked it, you can consider giving it a thumbs up because that would really help my channel. Also, I'm gonna link you a video here and a playlist here that you can check out if you want and if you have time now. And I also hope to see you next time. Bye!